What's up guys? We're here for another episode of the life of the Von Froth. This time we're gonna bring you some how-tos. We've talked about how to get barreled frontside, how to get barreled backside. We're gonna be bringing more videos for you guys to progress your surfing. This time we're gonna talk about how to travel. So here you go. Here are my favorite destinations for summer 23. Okay guys, you know that I grew up in Portugal. For me, Portugal is one of the greatest countries in the world. Portugal is amazing during winter time. You have the cold water, the great waves, the point breaks, but not like other countries in the world, other continents in the world that kind of shut off during a certain period of time. Portugal is really consistent. You got some great waves during winter and summer. Summer times, it's a little smaller, but there's some great beach towns with some great waves. And I love it. I mean, summertime is great in Portugal. You got the great summer vibe, the great lifestyle. You got these big capital cities close to the ocean. So let me tell you what are my favorite surf destinations for a summer trip in Portugal. First of all, Lisbon. I mean, Lisbon is a capital city. There's great vibes, some really nice restaurants, also some really cool beaches close by. You have Ericeira, also a great town with great waves. Obviously during summer times the waves are smaller, but you still have those fun little point breaks rolling down. You have Costa da Caparica, which is, you know, a long stretch of coast with smaller waves, more for beginners during summertime, but also with a really good vibe, some nice clubs, beaches. And then you also got the, you know, the coast of Sintra, you know, that is only half an hour from Lisbon. The coast I grew up in, you have plenty of little beach breaks with amazing surroundings, nature, environment, some empty coastline with cliffs, and then you have the forest. So in Portugal, obviously Lisbon, that's on the top of my list for places to come in Portugal. Next up, Algarve. Algarve is the vacation place for Portugal. It's a lot hotter down there. There's also a lot of really nice beaches, places like Sagres, places like Lagos, places like Algesur. Those are kind of the main places to go to in the Algarve. Next up, Costa Alentejana, also a great place that we visited last year during the Portugal back-to-back. It's a little bit more mellow, less discovered as the Algarve, but a great option. Also closer to Lisbon, you have that whole area of Porto Covo, which is really nice. Other places that are less known, places like Aveiro, 40 minutes north of Nazaré. You have also some really nice beach breaks around that area with not many people around. So those are the main spots in Portugal to go. I would highly advise you to go explore the Portuguese coast. Go to places like Aveiro, Viana do Castelo, Porto, Nazaré, Peniche. I feel like all those places have some really nice waves. One of my favorite trips to do in Portugal is just to take your caravan and start from north to south. Make sure if you go in your caravan and explore Portugal, be conscious about the places you go to, where to sleep, how to treat the environment that you find, and leave it as it was before. Next up, let's move on towards Europe. France is a great place to go during summertime. The water heats up and this beautiful stretch of coastline with beautiful white sand and little peaks everywhere. The area of Hossegor is amazing. If you want to experience the purest surf camp experience, you can go to a place like Mollet's. I mean, Mollet's used to be a very famous place when I was growing up because all the surf camps, all the parties, all the chicks from all over Europe go to Mollet's to have a great time. You can check out places like Star Surf Camp, Pure Surf Camp, a lot of different variety of surf camps. They all really fun. Next up, Spain. Spain is also really amazing. The little town of Zarauz is really cool. It's a surfing town with the best heritage and culture with a really nice beach break there to cater to all the surfers that are coming there. If you want to go a little further and explore, I feel like the whole coast of Cantabria, Santander, towards Galicia is also really beautiful. Some empty beaches. So that's for Europe. Europe, those are my favorite places to come. But if you're planning to go somewhere else, I mean, Indonesia. Indonesia is absolutely incredible. When I leave Portugal, the only place I trade Portugal during summertime is Indonesia. Really depends what you want to do in Indonesia. If you want to go have fun, party with your friends, be with people, be part of that trend with the nice restaurants, the girls, the nice parties, I would definitely go to Bali. I would go to a place like Canggu if you want a little bit of a trashier vibe, if you want to party, if you want to get drunk, if you want to have a good time. If you want to be a little bit more isolated in nature, in Bali, I would go to Uluwatu. You got some really nice places there like Uluwatu, Bingin, and I feel like, you know, it's a perfect balance between, you know, the trendy vibe, the restaurants, the parties, and you also have nature in some great ways. So that's for Bali. Another place I love to go to is obviously the Mentawais. I think the Mentawais is one of the most amazing places to go to with some incredible waves. I always go to my second home, a place like Kandui Resort is incredible. Great service, great waves. It has really that surfing vibe, that surfing community vibe. It's absolutely amazing. Going on a boat trip in the Mentawais is something very iconic. You know, you're on the boat in the middle of the Indian Ocean, only with your friends, surfing some of the best waves you can. To do that trip with a bunch of friends is one of the coolest trips you can do as a surfer, because no wives, no work, no internet. All you do is hang out with your friends and cruise. So if you're a surfer, you definitely want to go to the Mentawais. If you don't want to go as far as the Mentawais, there's some really nice places around Lombok with Desert Point. You have Nusa Lembongan that also has a little bit of a Bali vibe. You can also go to Sumba, to Lakey Peak. There's so much variety in Indonesia. There's so many waves, so much variety of waves. You know, if you want to really go out and explore and try to find a wave by yourself, you can do that very easy. So that's it for Indonesia. Definitely one of the top surfing destinations to go. Another great destination as well, and one of my favorite ones, is Costa Rica. Completely different vibe, maybe not as high-end waves as you do in Indonesia, but the vibe of the place is incredible. Places like Santa Teresa, a very cool surfing town in front of a black sand beach stretch with plenty of little breaks all over the place. As you start heading further south, you have the perfect point breaks of Pavones. For me as a goofy foot, it has always been a dream to go to Pavones. Summertime is when you get those big Pacific swells that roll into Central America and all the point breaks start lighting up. Pavones is definitely a goofy foot's dream for anyone. I mean, Mexico is another destination that's high on the list for summer travels. You got Puerto Escondido, which is a very hollow left and right peak. You got all the point breaks south of Puerto Escondido that are amazing for any types of surfers. And then you got other spots up and down like Baja California that are closer to California. Mexico is also one of those places that I'm sure that you can find some secret spot with not many people around. I feel like an emerging country is El Salvador. El Salvador has become a lot safer place in the recent years, has amazing point breaks all over the coast, got some amazing facilities these days, some better hotels, and it's quite unexplored still. So El Salvador should definitely be on your list if you want to surf some perfect right-hand point breaks with not many people around. Places like Nicaragua are also really cool for you to explore. Also a little bit off the beaten path. If you're not looking for that craziness, that whole vibe, that whole surfing community, go to a place like Nicaragua. You can go to a place like Popoyo where you have left and right peaks all over the place. I've been there, it's really fun. I highly advise it. And if you're looking for a very unique trip that you'll remember for the rest of your life and you're not afraid of cold water, I would definitely go to Chile. Chile is a very safe place to go to. There's a lot of variety of waves, a lot of variety of vegetation from north to south. I mean, I feel like when you're in the north in Arica, it's a completely different environment than in the south of Chile. You know, up north you have the slabs like Arica, and down south you have these perfect point breaks. Kind of a Mexico version, but left. You know, guys like Cristian Morello, Ramon Navarro, Nacho Gonzalez, they've been pioneering spots like that for the last couple of years, found perfect left-hand point breaks. I've been there in the past. It's an amazing place to go to. Okay, one trip I forgot that's very high on my list that started off my summer travels. Switzerland, Alaia Bay. One of the coolest surf experience I ever had this year. I mean, if you're landlocked, if you're in Germany, if you're in Italy, if you're in Switzerland and you don't really have the time to go to a place like Portugal for a week, do yourself the favor, pay the 150 bucks an hour to surf that place, because with 2 hours of surfing, you're gonna have enough for the rest of the week. Okay guys, these are my summer travel trips for you guys. This is the list. Hope this is useful for you guys. I hope you guys can get some inspiration, that you guys get some time off work and get to go to one of these beautiful places around the world to surf your brains out, get some sick waves, have some beer with your friends, score some hot chicks, and enjoy the life of a surfer, because surfing is so much more than the sport. It's really the lifestyle itself, and these places really breed surfing. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope this was useful for you guys. Keep supporting the series. Like, comment, subscribe the YouTube series, and check out our merch on Froth.com. We got some really cool caps, t-shirts for you guys to enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys in the next one. Let's go. Woo!